Hello, and welcome to this, our Assassin's Creed Origins live play. And if you haven't been here for the fun so far, well, you're in for a very different way of looking at this video game. We will again want to thank our sponsor, AT Ministries, who's made this possible. He has funded the this live stream, and we are now on part 4 of part 8. Now, for those of you who weren't here last week, how do I explain this? We left off on the top of the Great Pyramid. Okay? Now we're going to go and explore the rest of the Giza complex. Okay. I just need to get a slight adjustment here. Alright, that should do that. Alright. Okay, so let's get into the game. Now, remember last time we saved? We were on the top of the Great Pyramid. If we go back here. Oh, look! I'm right by the hyenas again. Okay, let's not hang around those guys. What we will do, however, is we are going to go to the next pyramid, which is actually the Pyramid of Khafre. One of the things I noticed here, where there should be a great big quarry right here, and I don't see that. The Great Pyramid is actually, the Great Pyramid of Khufu is actually sort of in a depression where the stone was quarried out. So, we're missing the quarry here. And just wondering here if we can make it to the tomb of Hetep Harris, because that was full of goodies. Okay, the mother of Khufu is buried nearby, so. Oh, ouch! Oh, come on. Now, there is a great big necropolis right here. Cool, that's still there. Now, I can see the mastabas. The mat's a good thing. But can we find the tomb of Hetep Harris? And did they try to do it? Queen's tombs. This is the causeway to the Funerary temple. There would have been a Funerary temple right here.
You cannot outrun me! Then. There you are!
Uh-oh. Ouch. I'm gonna try to outrun you. Okay. Don't go in the Funerary temple. There's people in there. Okay. Okay, it looks like they did not recreate the tomb of Hetep Harris. Tomb of Hetep Harris would have been right around here-ish somewhere. This actually goes deep down into a ravine between the two mastabas. Hetep Harris should be on that side there. But what do we got here? No? Ooh, let's see what we've got here. This looks interesting. We got a bookshelf. We got non-period pottery. Smash! And that's about all we got in here. Oh, we got some sort of scrolly thing here. Stone fungus and Giza 3 pyramids stand tall. From the top of the smaller one, you can see quite a lot, even 2 mushroom rocks. Smaller, which I lay on top of? Okay. Now, one thing about mastabas is a lot of mastabas, even in the Old Kingdom, were highly decorated. They're the most decorated parts. So, they kind of cheaped out here, because mastabas are beautifully decorated. Mastabas are the best parts of pyramid complexes, because they are stunningly decorated. There's interesting stuff to see in them. Alright. Lorenzo von Mata asks, which kingdom is this set in? The New Kingdom? No. This is set in the late Ptolemaic period. So. Let's see here. C for crouching. Oh, got to get the other one. All right. So, no Hetep Harris. Bummer. All right, so we got the 3 Queen's pyramids here, and that is. Looks pretty good. There should actually be a 4th one that was started but not completed. Right where that guy's dude standing. So right about here-ish, there's actually should be a 4th Queen's Pyramid that's nothing but a foundation. And you can't see that because they covered it in sand here. Alright. So let's take a look at Khafre's Pyramid. Oh, okay. Not sure what is discovery mode. I've heard of discovery mode, but I just don't know how to activate it. Oops. Is that a fish on dry land? Okay. There are mastabas all over the place. There's no mastabas behind the Great Pyramid, though, so I'm not really sure what those are doing there. Looks like Menkare's pyramid. We do a circle around a pyramid here, not realize it. Okay, access through the main menu. All right, well. Oh, Egypt was totally in decline at this point. In this point in the game, Cleopatra VII is still in exile in Syria. Yeah, something don't look right here, but I need to just figure out what it is. Yeah, sandfish. We're gonna get the giant sandworms too in a moment. The spice must flow. Those are the sand trouts. Oh, that's supposed to be the Great Pyramid there. So that should be Khafre's pyramid, but I don't think that's Khafre's pyramid. Doesn't look quite right. Thomas Paris asks, did I enjoy Dune 2? I enjoyed part 1. Part 2 I didn't care for. I just want to make sure we can get to Menkare's pyramid. Because that is, in my opinion, the more interesting of the three. Should be the third one should be right around this corner then, if that's Khafre's. Yeah, I wish I could run like that too. Okay, there. Good. Awesome. Alright. All three are accounted for finally. Okay, so let's try to get inside of Khafre's here. Khafre's pyramid was actually... Khafre was not the immediate successor to Khufu. He is actually the second son of Khufu. The guy who took over immediately after Khufu was Jed Khafre and... Jed Efre. And Jed Efre built his pyramid somewhere else. And never finished it. I mean, it was just nothing but a base and a sarcophagus. This guy tires easy. He needs to work out more. Yeah. He must spend too much time drinking beer. Alright. The entrance should be right around here-ish. Somewhere. Get in. Aha. There looks like the entrance. Okay. Now, I have never been in this pyramid. I've been in Khufu's pyramid, but I've never been in Menkare's pyramid. So, I have no idea what to expect here. Ooh, let there be light. This doesn't look nearly as... there's that out of period, non-period, where again? Okay. Look, wood, rope, and a not period sledge, which is okay because last week we saw a period sledge. That's a good thing. And someone's already been here. We need that. Alright. Burial? And interact. Ooh. Oh, good and glorious Ta, take an offering of a sacred bull and do not rain curse down on us. We are simple men and our families are starving. Yeah, they probably wouldn't have left that in Khafre's pyramid. Just saying. Khafre had a bad reputation. Khufu had a bad reputation. They were both seen as tyrants. So Khufu and Khafre, not nice guys.
They'd snarf the offering.
Yeah, they'd snarf the offering and ignore you. Okay. Oot. There's that nice Islamic wear again. Lovely. Darkblade, basically the Qin Shang of Egypt. Yeah. Mechanique asks, was Menkare okay? Yeah, he was actually very much loved. Very loved. And we'll talk about him in a moment here when we kind of get out of this one, because there's nothing in this one. Oh, wait. Let's see here. We go down here? Or were we down here already? Nope. Ooh. We looted. Obscured one. Do not be angry. Who's obscured one? We will find and punish them. Those who desecrate your bedchamber shall not enter the reed fields. You don't want to go to the reed fields anyway. You want to go to the fields of Osiris. Alrighty. Some sort of burial chamber. Bugs. Bugs. That means there's hidden things. Alright, we'll come back to that in just a moment once we look at the other one. Nope, nothing in there. Alright, so we go look at the bugs. Alrighty. Yep, Bonbon, so you can farm for Cyrus as a slave the rest of your eternity. Woohoo! Woohoo! The Egyptian afterlife! Whoa! And we got here shields and spears, and you can't take any one of them. These are not Old Kingdom spears. Okay, the Old Kingdom spears don't look like this at all. Now that we got a good look at a spear here, okay, I don't know what this is supposed to be. We can look at the name though on this, because that shield looks like it has a not a cartouche, what's called a neb name, a golden Horus name. Golden Hor Ankh something, Nesubiti. Okay, so we got here the golden Horus lives, and wow, it's hard to read, but okay, good. We got a nice angle there. King of Upper and Lower Egypt. That's the Nesubiti. The two Nebti, the two ladies. And what's that last bit there? Something I cannot see the rest of that. But that would be you wouldn't see this it arranged like this. Okay, it's like they took the pieces of the titulary and just sort of put the two types. Like you'd see like Golden Horus, okay, that would be part of a name, and then you'd see Nesubiti, that'd be part of a second name, and then the two ladies, that would be part of a third name. But you'd never see it sort of combined all like this on one sort of inscription. That's just not something you'd see. As far as our spears there, the way a spear would be made would be you would have a bronze spear. Now this is supposed to be Old Kingdom. This is early Iron Age. Early Bronze Age. And in the early Bronze Age, you did not get bronze was not plentiful. Okay, bronze was not plentiful in the early Bronze Age, not in Egypt anyway. So, you wouldn't see spears like this. In fact, spears were not a common weapon at all in the Old Kingdom. They were very, very rare in the Old Kingdom because bronze was not plentiful. Okay? So you would never see bronze spears like this in the Old Kingdom. The other thing, in fact, the weapon of choice in the Old Kingdom was the mace. Now, if you did find spears, and you'd find them in, say, the New Kingdom, which is late Bronze Age, they would be lance-shaped like this, except there'd be a tang that goes into the wood handle. It wouldn't go around the wood like you see this. Okay? So anyway, that's everything on spears. These are not period spears. At least not Old Kingdom. Okay, what do we got here? Looks like a boat. Yeah, it looks like a boat. Interesting. All right. Oh, we're knocking down shabties. Look at that. I'm gonna kick over some shabties. Woohoo! Kicked over shabties. Okay, now, shabties would never be sort of left in the open like this. Okay. Just so this exact thing wouldn't happen. Shabties are basically a small figurine that would give you a day off of labor from the fields of Osiris. Okay? Now, the complete set of shabties is 400 shabties. Okay? 360 to represent the so you had 360 for one day of the Egyptian year minus the 5 epigomenal days, okay? Because no one works, not even shabties work during the epigomenal days. Okay? So you get 360 shabties, and then you need what is it now? 36 shabties to supervise the 360 shabties. Okay, so you needed 1 shabty per week to supervise. So 36 are your supervisors, your lower management, and then you had another 4 shabties, one for each month in the season. Okay, so a calendar year had 3 seasons of 4 months. So that works out to 400 shabties. Okay, now who supervises the 4 supervisors? Well, you do. You don't get completely out of work. Okay. So, 360 laborers, 36 lower management, 4 upper management. That's your collection of shabbies. And they were generally placed in boxes. Okay? So, they wouldn't be out in the open like this. I mean, they wouldn't arrange them in rows like this. This is kind of silly. They would be placed in boxes of usually 6. Okay? So, there you go. There's your thing on Shafties. We are inside of a pyramid here, so it would not be decorated. This is obviously not period. Definitely not. You do not have pillars like this. This would be, if anything, this would be New Kingdom or later. So these pillars are not period either. That is actually a Horus name. That's kind of, let's see if we can see. Okay, now that is actually a cartouche of a Horus name. Okay, and it is the King Jet. Okay, now Jet was actually a old pre-dynastic. He's pre-dynastic. So it's kind of odd that Jet would be in here of a 4th Dynasty king. So that's kind of odd. Okay, but Jet is a pre-dynastic king. He was buried at Saqqara. Okay, we got a super chat here. We'll take. So our first super chat here is from AT Ministries. For $9.99. Thank you very much for the super chat and for sponsoring this channel. This live play. He says, based on the Friday stream, play how you like, but technically you aren't an assassin yet. You make the assassin's order later. So you're literally just a Magi of Siwa. So, however you play is in character. Okay. Good to know. Okay, so this big horse bird on this sort of this is not actually a this is actually called a Serek. Okay, this is not a cartouche. This is a Serek technically, but it's of a pre-dynastic king, so we wouldn't expect that to be inside of a 4th Dynasty pyramid, and we wouldn't expect a 4th Dynasty pyramid to be decorated. Okay, so we've kicked that all over. We've got some, looks like some obelisks, not obelisks, stele here that are, maybe those shields. It's hard to see what that is. And more shields. Again, not period. Oh, it looks like someone's storing up a lot of arms. Oops. Oh, look! More shabbies to kick over. Woo! Alright. That's fun. Alright, let's go up here. Whoop. Okay. We got a teeter-totter. Look at that. I wanted to read the inscription on the end, but I don't think I'm going to get to do that. Okay. Let's see here what we got. We got... Necher Ankh, the Living Gods, Ean, Necher Ankh, Jet, the Living God, Forever... the land, something. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay. Take it we have to use our teeter-totter here to get up the next level there, so. Up. And... Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I see. There's a push crate, isn't there? Okay. Alright, so the push crate here. Move. Okay. And there we go. Okay. We got a statue here. Nothing remarkable about the statue. More shields. Ooh, what do we got here? Looks like the god Ta. That's what that is. He is a creator god. Stuff. More loot. Okay. 18 Ministries has another super chat here. Over there. 18 Ministries asks, how do you say God in Egyptian? It's Netcher. Okay? You'll sometimes see it mispronounced as Netter, but it's a ch sound. So it's Netcher. As in catcher. But it's net. So Netcher. That's... And to say gods, it's Netcheru. Okay. And let me see here. What we got here? We got loot. Hey, warrior bow. Oh, we don't have any arrows. Oh, chests. Look at that. Lovely chests. Okay. These are shrine chests. Very nice example. That box right there would be what you would keep a shabti in. Okay, so the one here that's like right beside the shield there, that's stacked on top of the others. That would be very typical of a box used for shabti figures. So, a little model boat at the back there. Yes, Egyptian tombs had model boats because that was the preeminent form of travel. Now, there's these cone things there. Now, interestingly enough, we do see these. Okay? It's right beside the necklace there, the vulture necklace, but those little ceramic cones, there has been some of these that have been recovered from tombs. And they're basically these little cones that have spells on them that have writing. Okay? They don't find them commonly in a lot of tombs, but they do appear in some tombs. So that's a nice touch. I like that. Yeah, so those offering tomb cones are period. Very cool. Okay, we're back here to chariot wheel. Good chariot wheel. One of the things is... Ooh, chariot wheels. And, nice touch, they are disassembled. Egyptians did disassemble chariots for the afterlife. Okay? So, some assembly required for the deceased. Okay. Okay. See something else here? All right, no, I didn't. So, all right, back to it. Let's get that loot. Alexis asks, would they mummify camels? No. Oops, where'd it go? There it is. The Egyptians never mummified camels. Now, we do find a couple of bones of camels that are buried in some tombs. Okay? But these don't appear to be... original to the... So there was a camel found in a tomb at Giza, but or at least a camel bone, but that doesn't seem to be original to that burial. So it's more like somebody was traveling with their camel died, and they just chucked it in somebody's tomb. But the Egyptians never mummified camels. Are those Wyatt's chariot wheels? No, these look too good. These are definitely not Wyatt's chariot wheels. This is not period, by the way. As we mentioned last week, IKEA chariots, yeah. Darkblade asks, is there a lack of evidence for chariots in the Old and Middle Kingdom, or positive evidence that they weren't there? What is the Egyptian word for chariot, when is it first attested? Now, I don't remember the word for chariot off the top of my head. I'd have to look that up. But we have positive evidence of battle scenes in the Old and Middle Kingdoms, particularly the Middle Kingdom. Got a lot of them. And there is just no evidence at all for chariots. There's a scrap of... there is some evidence that there was one chariot in the Old Kingdom that has been discovered. It's believed to be a carriage, but the evidence is not very good. It's not conclusive it was a chariot. Okay? And it might have been one of those things where it was imported as a novelty. The problem with it is that in Egypt, we have a lot of equine remains, okay? Horse remains, okay? And one of the things about horses is, in order to have a chariot, you need the bit and bridle, okay? Basically, it's a piece of metal that's stuck in the horse's mouth to control the horse. You don't have that, you don't have a chariot. Because you can't control the horse. This bit deforms the mouth of the horse. So, the earliest attestation that we have of a horse that has used a bit in Egypt is from the fortress of Buhen in the really early Second Intermediate period. Okay, so any horse remains we have before then, there's no bit and no bridle, and no horses have that deformation. So it's just Bonbon says, yeah, it's Merkebet. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's Merkebet. But again, it's one of those things where it's just one of those things where you just don't. There's no strong evidence that chariots were used in ancient Egypt prior to the Second Intermediate period. Okay, so let's go on to the next one here. So this is not period. You would not find this in the New Kingdom, or the Old Kingdom, in an Old Kingdom tomb. It's definitely not period. You wouldn't find a chariot like this until the New Kingdom. Okay. Oops. Loot. Ooh, that one had a lot of loot. Alright, let's see what we got here for a stele.
Ancient writing from the Old Kingdom.
Hoon, huh? Never heard of him. That's what it reads. It reads Hoon. That's what the first cartouche reads. I caught that. Definitely not an Old Kingdom name. Definitely should not be in the pyramid of Khafre. Okay? Who's this guy? You shouldn't be here. Guy's loafing in someone else's tomb. Okay, we're... Show off. Loot. 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 And more non-period pottery. Smash. And I wonder why there's so many potsherds in Egypt. Bonbon asks, why did Egyptians place stele where most people were, when most people were illiterate? Because these were offerings to gods. Okay, stele were offerings to gods. Okay, you would put something on a stele to make it a permanent voice and written offering to the gods. See, because while a lot of people were illiterate, the gods weren't illiterate. They could read. Okay. But this is also why most of the texts we find in Egypt are religious texts. They're not historical texts. That's because they are almost all for praising the gods, getting favor from the gods, asking for a great afterlife from the gods. And most stele in Egypt, the vast majority of stele are what's are called, say, biographical stele. Okay? Like, for example, at Abydos, around the tomb of Jet, there are thousands of stele there. Thousands of them. There's so many stele there, they haven't even excavated them all. Okay? But these particular stele, and it's really interesting, these are really interesting Middle Kingdom stele. What makes them so interesting is the fact that they have sort of these, they're mini biographies of the people who had them made. So some administrator will go, have a stele made of his life, which would then be presented to Osiris. And basically, it would be how do you say it? Like sending a resume to a potential employee before you have the interview. Okay? So you think of them as these stele as resumes. And you're sending them to Osiris, your resume to Osiris before you arrive at the judgment, so he knows who you are when you get there. Okay? Now, the funny thing with the really cool thing about this particular say collection of stele is that the same guy would do 2 or 3 or more stele as his career advanced. So you could have like up to 5 stele from the same person, and you can see how his career advanced because he would just sort of add to the biography. So Alexis, a resume so official it's written in stone. Bonbon further asks, if Egyptians had autobiographies, were they individualistic, ego-focused, or collectivistic, group-focused? Oh, ego-focused. Oh, yeah. It's focused on the self. And the reason why is because the Egyptians were obsessed with status. Everything the Egyptians did revolves around status. Most Egyptians did not have, even say the upper middle class didn't have a lot of material possessions. But they had job titles. And basically, your status in the afterlife, is it going to be exactly the same as your highest status in this life? So the Egyptians were absolutely obsessed with status, their accomplishments, and... Bonbon, that sounds depressing. Yeah, well... it can be. It can be. Okay? So yeah, they're absolutely obsessed with status in the afterlife. And, yeah. Oh, the what? I don't know. Oh, well, is that... Oh, I see it. Okay. Bonbon asks, is this the Egyptian version of the prosperity gospel? A little. Just a little. It's not a gab it and grab it kind of thing. They had to have achieved these ranks. You know, they had to achieve this status in the life. So they couldn't lie on their resumes. Okay? Now, if you got caught lying on your resumes, no, not good. Your afterlife is not good if you're caught lying on your resume. You could use, but like on a resume we have today, you could do puffery. You know, you could overinflate your sense of importance. Just like on a modern resume. But you can't outright lie. Otherwise, you could get caught. And if a god catches you lying on your resume... Ooh. There's some nasty things that can happen in the afterlife, in the duat, if you do things wrong. One such thing is they could basically have you stand head first in sewage. Okay, so you don't want to lie on a resume, even in that time. Okay. Yeah, handstand in sewage. Handstand, yeah. Yeah, you could be off the Ahmed as well. That's a potential outcome of lying on a resume. On a stele. So you didn't lie on a stele. This was an important religious document that introduced you to the afterlife. So, don't lie. They had a lake of fire. They had pits of snakes in the afterlife. Oh yeah, you'd totally get judged for lying in the lying in to get into the afterlife. Yeah, not a good thing. Don't do it. Okay, if you're an Egyptian. I mean, the Egyptian afterlife sucks as it is, but that would just make it worse. All right, let's get back to the game here. Dusty. Get in my way. Okay. We got rope. Rope is very period. They used... There was miles of rope found at Giza. That's one thing that I found was really interesting when I went to, say, the ship museum at Giza. Was see just how much rope they were able to make. They could make this stuff by the miles. I don't know how they did it. You know, people go, well, how do they build the pyramid? So that's easy. How do they make that rope? You know, miles and miles and miles of rope. AT Ministries, the big do nots of the live stream. Do not jump in the Nile. Do not lie on my resume, stele. Yeah. Yep, pretty much. You got it. Alright, where are you here? Okay, looks like a way out, maybe. Maybe. To Macafre. Yeah, I don't think it goes into the mortuary temple like that. Just saying. That's one thing that you'll never find is you'll never find a direct connection to the tomb and the funerary temple. It just isn't going to happen. They aren't connected. So, and one of the reasons why it's never connected is because the people who are coming to give you offerings, they're going to come into this building. And you don't want them falling into your tomb or even being in your tomb. Okay, so... there's a campfire here. And people probably sort of loafing about here. Period. Okay? These temples were used by people in later times just to hang out. Okay, so this is totally period where people would hang out in old temples. Okay? That is actually something that that we do find. One of the things is that we find graffiti in temples from later periods. So it seems that the later generations of Egyptians did not respect earlier generational temples. Okay? So, now we just need an Ancient Egypt in the Bible mod with a Dr. Falk player model. Whoa. No one wants to see that, dude. But yeah, you would find in temples people doing graffiti. You know, they would have campfires. You'd find, I mean, when I was last there at Giza, people were still doing this. People were still like eating chicken in these temples, you know, and leaving the bones behind. You know, the Bedouin would, I mean, when they open up the Giza Plateau for tourists, the Bedouin also come in. They'll come in with their camels and their horses and try to get pictures from the tourists, try to get money out of the tourists. You know, they'll try to scam. Oh, one picture, bakshish. Okay, so be aware that there's no such thing as a free picture with a Bedouin. Okay, but they'll also hang out in these temples, eating their chicken and their and their bread, and they'll leave scraps behind. And that's thousands of years old. They've been doing that for thousands of years. So yeah, people will build campfires in these little temples and, you know, hang out. Okay, so let's go to pyramid number 3. Interesting, I just ate chicken. Now I'm hungry for chicken. Darkblade, imagine it's been for 30 years an archaeologist finds a KFC bucket inside of a pyramid. There has been really some interesting stuff found in some archaeological sites sometimes. Like, especially when they go back after years. Oh yeah. Like, they'll find, like, remnants of cocaine. You know, that's been found. Old tea bags from the 19th century. Old cameras. That's even been found, you know, where someone has done a dig and has found, say, one of those old accordion cameras, you know, or a um a Nikon from the 1930s. You know, people leave their stuff or lose it by accident. So, you know, that's you find a lot of stuff, you know, in these digs that you wouldn't expect to. Okay, so alright, let's go to Menkares. So what I am hearing is ancient Egyptians got camera tech from alien Anunnaki. Could be! Okay, let's talk just for a few minutes about Queen's Pyramids.
I will find you.
Oh, not again. Well. Oh, wow. Alright, we'll talk about Queen's Pyramids from a distance. You could steal a horse, but I won't steal it quite just yet. Okay, Queen's Pyramids. Most of them are, as we see them today, are unfinished like this. They probably did have casing stones. They tend to be a little larger than this, and there is usually a simple shaft that goes down the bottom. Now, the way these pyramids are built, these Queen's Pyramids are built, is that they would basically clear off the surface of the plateau until you get to the bedrock. They would carve the passage down into the bedrock, and then they would build the rest of the pyramid on top of the passage. Okay, well, and they are actually much taller than that. You know, they are quite a bit taller than that. So that would be really, really small for a Queen's Pyramid. Okay, temple, here we should have the Memorial Temple of Menkaure. And if you go and you see this temple today, there it is almost nothing left of it. You know, wind erosion has almost virtually destroyed this temple. It's turned it into a Swiss cheese. Quite literally into Swiss cheese. You know, people have sometimes said to me, well, you know, how can you account for the erosion of the Sphinx? The erosion of this temple is just amazing. It looks like a coral reef. You would not believe it. Now, there's a really interesting thing which I don't think they're going to do. All right. Right where I'm standing, right here, is and if you go with me on a trip to Egypt, I'll show you this. There's a cult site right under my feet. At least in the video game here. Okay? And at that cult site, people were making offerings to Menkaure long after he was dead. And it's fascinating because it's never been reported in any document or journal I've ever seen. Okay? I happened on it by accident. I saw it by accident, so... Oh, there you are. Okay. So, but it's right on this corner, right here. And what's so interesting about that little cult site is it couldn't have been done by a priest, because a priest would have gone inside to do offerings. It had to be done by, say, a commoner somebody who wouldn't have access to the internal sites. Yeah, dibs on publication. Laugh out loud. Man, if I had time to publish everything I wanted to publish, you know, yeah. Okay. But yeah, in real life, there's nothing left of this temple. The roof doesn't exist anymore. It's all Swiss cheese, pretty much. And wind erosion just really destroyed almost all of it, unfortunately. There is a barrier, however, that you have to kind of walk around if you want to get to the back. Now, one of the interesting things about this particular pyramid, this Pyramid of Menkaure, is the finishing stones. They've got here red granite, and that's period. That's accurate. Most of this pyramid was finished in red granite, not in limestone. So it looked red. And when all these pyramids would have been made, it would have been a really interesting contrast to the other two pyramids, which were mostly white. Okay. I'm hearing voices. Mechanique asks, how much money would you need to publish this Menkaure cult info? It's not a matter of money, it's a matter of permission. Okay? You're not supposed to be digging around there. Okay? While I observed it with my eyes, I'm not allowed to dig. So, if I was to even wanted to publish that, I'd have to get permission to dig. And I'm not about to get that. Not without a lot of paperwork and time and all that. Okay. Yeah, it was creepy voices. Alright, so let's go. Let's find that entrance. Should be it right about there. There we go. Pyramid number 3. Now, right now, I'm not sure which pyramids are open, but almost always if you go to the Giza Plateau, the Pyramid of Khufu will be open for you to go inside. They occasionally will open the Pyramids of Khafre and Menkaure, depending on the rotation. These tombs are rotated based on what the conservators will say is, you know, best for the monuments. When I was last there, it was only Khufu's pyramid that was open. Bonbon asks, how did Manetho know about Akhenaten if they completely wiped every trace of his reign? They didn't. They did not wipe out every trace of his name. And his sources would not have been completely obliterated. Akhenaten reigned for 15 years. He had a long reign comparatively. Okay? So it wasn't like he just, you know, reigned a couple years and didn't... He had a long reign. He'd made a lot of monuments. Okay? And he even had some monuments at Karnak. So anybody with a lot with the resources that Manetho had would have been able to discover the existence of Akhenaten. And the other thing is, they didn't really wipe out. They didn't do the Demitio Memoriae on Akhenaten. So they did it. Did it on, say, on some of his like monuments, but not on him personally. Okay, and got a super chat here from Yosuke for £2. Thank you very much for that super chat. And he says, did Egyptian priests use psychoactive drugs? Not for their ceremonies, not as far as we know. But we knew that the average person used psychoactive drugs. Okay? So, there's two drugs that were used in ancient Egypt that we know of. AT Ministries correctly identifies one, lotus. Okay? The other one is opium. Opium was actually an import. The Egyptians imported opium from Cyprus, and interesting, it came in these tiny jars, tiny poppy-shaped jars. Yeah. In fact, if you look at the base of these jars, they have the sepals of the poppy bud. And what they would do, the Cypriots would do, is they would mix the opium with either wine or honey, and they would export this. So, yeah, absolutely, AT Ministries, they had opium. Yeah, they had opium. It was used for many things. It was a painkiller. It was a hallucinogen. They frequently used opium, and we find a lot of these jars. So, between the between the lotus and between the opium, the average person had access to hallucinogenic drugs. But as far as we know, as far as the religious life of Egypt goes, they didn't seem to use that for ritual purposes. Okay. Next one. Okay, what do we got here? We got malachite. Uh, 509. AT Ministers asks, Dr. Falk, do they have a schedule for what pyramids will be open? No, they don't, because it's not predictable. It all boils down to what the conservators think can be done in that season. Okay? What time is that? Oh yeah, I see it. Okay. He says, will Lotus and or Opium be part of the tour? Asking for a friend. I'm the friend. Laugh out loud. Oh, okay. No. No, that will not be part of the tour. But modern day Egypt does have a drug culture. Okay? The drug of choice today is hashish. Not opium and not lotus. Okay? But what? Oh yeah, even though Egypt is an Islamic country that forbids the use of hallucinogenic drugs, they have quite the drug culture. Now, how did I discover this? Okay. I was walking down Giza, a back road in Giza, and somebody had done a mural of a drugged out lion just sort of easing back. Okay. You'll sometimes see them use these, what are they called? The pipes, the water pipes. Can't remember what they're called. They've got these water pipes that they use for tobacco. But in some places in Egypt, they'll also use those for smoking hashish. And they do that almost... they can do that without the authorities noticing. Okay? No, AT Ministries, we're not doing ancient hashish in the Bible. And hashish is not going to be part of the tour. if you go off tour and you do that, well, you're risking your own health at that point. I can point out that culture to you, but we're not going to make that part of the tour. Okay. Yeah, getting the real Egypt experience. Yep. Oh, you. I have seen some pretty seedy things in Egypt. Darkblade, will Nile swimming be part of the tour? Asking for a ghost. Could be. It's called a hookah. Yeah, okay, that's what it is. A hookah. Yeah. Modern day Egyptians will use hookahs. They'll use it for all sorts of things, like tobacco. Tobacco is the most common thing for a hookah, but they'll add mint and spices to a hookah. They'll also add hashish under certain circumstances. So that's how they smoke it in Egypt. Okay. Okay, so let's get back here. Malachite. This is malachite. Now, we do find some small amounts of malachite in Egypt. That is a large amount of malachite. Now, the problem here is that one of the things that Egyptians used malachite for is actually making bronze. So, it would be really, really unusual to see just a box or a pot or a bag of malachite like this. Most malachite was used as ore, not as a jewelry thing. So they very, very rarely used it for jewelry. Most of the time they smelted it to make bronze metal. So I don't think so. I don't think they'll let you use it here. No, you can't pick it up. You can't loot it, which is too bad because bronze was really a everything in Egypt was based upon the bronze Deben. So, AT Ministers, I don't think the authorities would like an apostate, much less an apostate on hashish, wandering the streets of Cairo. Laugh out loud. One of the things about Egypt is pretty chill. Okay, it's chill towards, say, people drugged out. It's chill towards apostates. Not so chilled about both together. Okay. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Stone, which would be, yeah, you wouldn't find this. Okay, now this is a litter. Now I don't mean litter as in trash. I mean a litter as in you pick up, two guys pick up and carry something like this. This is not something that would have been done in Egypt, not with stone. You would have used a sledge for this. So this is not period accurate. I don't know what those boxes of dirt are. That is the remnants of a sledge under there. That is period accurate. Sledges were used to drag all sorts of heavy items. That was the preeminent method of dragging items. If you want to transport a heavy item over a long distance, you would use a boat. But for short distances, they would use a sledge like that. And that's a very nice representation of a sledge. Okay, here. And more non-period stuff in something. A bronze sensor. You would, I mean, this is not a period sensor. We've mentioned that in the first episode. Very not period in the Old Kingdom because bronze is scarce in the Old Kingdom. Storing non-period pots for the future, yeah. Shelving like this, not period. Okay, it looks like we got a way down there and a way around. Let's just take a look here at around here first. And more non-period pots making me mad. Silks, again, silks don't come into Egypt until Ramses III. Okay? So, silks are not period. Can I set any of this on fire? Nope. It won't let me set it on fire. And that must be the burial down there. Let's go in the indention. Yeah, it doesn't let me loot it. Doesn't let me burn it. I mean, really? This is interesting here, where you've got a logs being used as traction to get up and down the stairs. You will, if you go to Egypt and they let you into a pyramid, you'll see this often used to create kind of steps for you. Is it period? Probably not. But this is what you'll be stepping up and down as you go up into the up and down a pyramid. Okay. Sarcophagus, which is not quite period. Got a death mask at the bottom there. We've seen that already a couple times. Same death mask. Okay, we've got there, that's not a fan, that is a shade. There is a difference. Okay? Fans in Egypt are single ostrich feathers. Okay? This here is a shade. You would basically hold, you'd have your servants, die of heat stroke, while they hold this over your head and allow you to stay cool. AT Ministry says, it's good to know Egyptians won't try to kill me for being ex-Muslim, to be honest. Actually, I will say this about Egypt. Egypt is one of the safest Islamic countries to visit. I get this question all the time. Is Egypt safe for women? That's an important question because there are Arab countries where women are not safe. Egypt is one of the safest countries for tourists, whether, say, ex-Muslim or women. I mean, the very worst you usually have to worry about in Egypt is getting scammed. Okay? There are scammers everywhere. They want to scam you out of their money. They're not going to hurt you physically. They'll be a pest. Okay, they'll beg you for bakshish. They'll try to scam you by, say, being your friend and then trying to direct you into a local business that you don't really want to go into. But Egypt is very safe. Okay, it's one of the things I really like about it. It's a safe enough country that you can actually walk out on the streets at night. So, yeah, the night markets are awesome in Egypt. They're awesome.
It's too hot in the day.
Yeah, it's too hot in the daylight, so everybody's out at night. So, I mean, I was even in say, backwoods Thebes, and I was out late at night. And you'll see some people walking down the street. Hey, hello, hi, how you doing? You know, it's just... So, you know, it's one of those places that, AT Ministry, shout out to Egyptian military dictatorships, I guess. It could be. Could be. But it is, I mean, you're not going to get robbed. I mean, I wouldn't go down to... I wouldn't walk downtown Detroit in the middle of the night. I mean, think about that. I wouldn't go down Vancouver in the middle of the night. Whoa! Whoa! Let me take that question there. Cool Daddy Jr. asks, how sealed are tombs to small animals? Did they get destroyed by rats, insects, etc., or were things generally pretty well preserved like this? Insects, rats, snakes, all of that got into these tombs. Okay? Yeah, tombs were no protection against vermin. None at all. So yeah, vermin got into tombs all the time. Dogs. Oh, dogs were horrible. Dogs and jackals would come into the tombs and eat the mummies. Quite literally, you know, for them it's jerky. It's human jerky. So, yeah, they're looking for the bones. Yeah, among other things. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually true. They do look for the bones because inside the bones are marrow, and a jackal will and they even have a small population of wild wolves out there, which will you know, break the bones for the marrow. So, oh, absolutely. Oh, for real? Oh yeah, totally for real. Okay. So, we've determined that it's better to walk at night in Egypt than in Detroit. And that jackals will eat practically anything in a tomb. Moving on. Okay, and more Islamic wear up there. A throne that's not period. Oh, we got some little idols down there. Okay. The cat idols look really good. They look period. The cow idols, probably of Hathor, also look period. The jackal idols are a little wonky. That's okay. We got some more Shabtis that are basically... Somebody stood up here for some reason. Okay, can't break those. That looks like a goblet of glass down there. Glass is not period. The first glass we find is during the reign of Amenhotep III. You won't find that in the Old Kingdom. And glass also in Egypt wasn't clear. It was colored. I mean, beautiful colors on Egyptian glass, but it wasn't clear yet. You won't find clear glass until the Roman period. Is the Ankh period? Yes. Yes. Ankhs as amulets and as totems are period in all periods of Egyptian history. You'll find that going all the way back to Dynasty 1. So, Ankhs are one of the oldest continuous symbols that's used in ancient Egypt. And a lot of it is because it's part of the language. Ankh just means life. And the Ankh is actually a symbol, and we'll show it there. It's a sandal strap. It's a sandal strap. Now, this is really cool once you see this, okay? If you've ever worn a sandal, okay? Imagine your foot going into the loop and the bar at the bottom going between your big and first toe. And the other two straps go along the edge of the toe to the bottom of the sandal. So this is a sandal strap. That's what the ankh is. So, next time you see an ankh, think of a sandal strap. So, yeah, they're totally cool symbols. They're an article of clothing. It's a part of a shoe, an actual sandal, and think of it as something you would actually slip your foot into. It's a really cool thing to think about. Sure, it kind of loses the mystique. Alexis asks, "Does it resemble it on purpose?" Yes. Oh yeah, it's actually meant to resemble a sandal strap. Darkblade asks, "An ankh appears on the Seal of Hezekiah." Yeah, 2 ankhs. Yeah, one on the Seal of Hezekiah has a Wadjet disc, which is a solar winged disc, and in each of its claws are an ankh. Okay. So we are here in this sarcophagus. Now, I'm gonna... If we were able to get into this sarcophagus, and it hasn't been looted, there'd be lots of cool stuff. Okay? Because inside of a square sarcophagus is almost always a second sarcophagus, where they stuff all sorts of goodies. Little amulets, daggers, heart scarabs, necklaces. They would make little gold caps to go over your fingers and toes. AT Ministries asks, grab that one. What's the purpose of resembling the sandal strap? Okay. This is what's called in language the rebus effect. Okay. Now, the rebus effect is when a word looks like what it sounds. Okay. Like, for example, let's say you want to write the word belief. I mean, you could spell it out B-E-L, etc. But you could also use pictures. You draw a little honeybee and then a leaf from a tree. Bee, leaf. The two pictures sound exactly like the symbols, and the symbols together come up, you can get the word belief. That's the rebus effect. So in the case of the ankh, ankh means sandal strap. It also means life. So it's one of those rebus effect things. Okay. Darkblade goes, that's the example given in Collier and Manley's book. Yeah, every class uses that example of belief. Okay. Because it's an essential part of the Egyptian language. You know, where, you might have a word that means something else typically, but it was used it has another meaning in the symbol. So, okay. So we go to the next one here, and so I think we've looted Menkare's tomb pretty good here. There doesn't seem to be... Oops. Something else here? Let's loot. Okay, loot. Don't want to miss any loot. Yeah, come. Some loot there. Okay. What kind of tomb has no loot to loot? Okay, so I think we've covered it mostly here. Again, I still don't get why they have a Roman eagle here on an Egyptian chair. That one still puzzles me. I don't get that. Okay. What's this? Ra, creator. He who steers Manjet, slayer of the serpent Apep. Okay, this is not period. Okay. Wearer of whiskers, guardian of the sacred tree Ished, who fought hard in Anu on the night when the foes of Nebercher were destroyed. We offer your son Menkare so he may walk at your side. Okay. Apophis does not come into Egyptian religion until the Middle Kingdom. Okay? So this is not period. We do find Ra regarded as creator as the composite god Atum-Re. But he's not considered to be the slayer of Apophis at this time. That happens later in Egyptian myth. Okay. 18 Ministries. Why is idly spelled Ra when you keep saying it Ray? Okay. Ray in Egyptian. Let's talk about this. It's scholarly convention, really. Ray in Egyptian is actually an R followed by an ion. Okay? We don't know what the vowel is for that ion. Okay? And it's not like a Hebrew ion. This is an Egyptian ion. It's different. But it's basically a silent consonant that takes on a vowel sound. So by scholarly convention, when you see an ion, you kind of pronounce it more like an E than an A. And so this is just scholarly convention. So we don't actually know what vowel is being used with Ray. But it's just scholarly convention modern scholarly convention to see you say it Ray instead of Raw. It's not wrong to say it Raw because we don't know what the vowel is. It's just not typical of scholarly conventions today to do this. Okay, so we've hung around Menkare enough here. I don't know if we were supposed to achieve anything in his tomb. Maybe we're not done here yet. So. Nope, that's... I don't think we are supposed to achieve this. There's no other way to go here. I don't see any bugs for hidden passages. Oops. Oh. Well, there's something up there, but... Oh, secret passage. Oh, not so secret. Yeah. Another way up there. Another way, but I don't see a... Nope. Can't get up there. There might be another passage above the outside. Kyrie doesn't have anything to hide. Woo! Okay. Let's just see if that's going to end up in another passage right there. Mechanique asks, random idea, but has anyone ever tried to live in a pyramid? Yes, people have tried. It's not good. Okay, you don't want to live in a pyramid. Okay. There is another passage, looks like. Get that. Some hidden evidences. Okay. Alright, how do we get in there? Hmm. Alright, well, there is a passage there, and I'm not sure how to get into it. So... I'll have to just kick it open. Nah, not gonna let me in. Alright, we're just gonna move on then. Okay, so that's our whirlwind tour of Giza here. So let's go back where. Gonna take a quick look here at where we are. We are at halfway through level 10. And we need to steal a cart. Okay. Bayek returns to the priest of Serapis to see if a man needs more help. Mortal quagmire of Alexandria. Ooh. So we're gonna go steal stuff. Okay, so, map. So, we're gonna go and continue with the main quests. If travel. Let's travel. Oh. All right. Yeah, Giza visible from Yamu, yeah. That ain't happening. Okay. Giza visible from Alexandria. No, I don't think so. Alrighty.
Listen not to the work of evil detractors.
Giza was fun. Giza's fun. Alexandria? Yeah. Okay. We got quests to do. Alright. Get our bird here. Whoop. All right, let's go steal a cart. Because we're a morally upright magi.
Και ψηλόν αγγέλευσμα το πάνιο φιλέλιμον εστί.
Πολέμου χθείς.
I'll take the side path here. Greek speakers. Relax, he'll. He called me an idiot. She called me an idiot. Oh, she probably isn't wrong. But
You guards are supposed to uphold the law. Pathetic. This food will be put
did
to
just
much
shove
better
her.
use. This food will serve the people well.
Φεύγει, τι πάταξουν τον
Move out of here!
I must be careful now.
Hey, what the...
Grand Theft cart. Grand Theft horse cart.
Damn it, what's the matter with you? Explain yourself.
Whoa.
Τι συμβάν, παιδες! Λέξον, λέξον!
Clear the way!
Aristo's work is fine. A peripatetic philosopher. It's a shame what has happened.
Ooh.
Get out of the way!
Stop right there!
Clear the way! Now, you idiot!
I have no idea where I'm going here. I just seem to be getting further and further away from where I need to go.
Πότε διδάσκεσαι σε Ελλάδα. Τι πω πρώην και χθες.
Ooh.
theft is a serious crime. Strabo agrees. Get our king's
Oh! 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 Oh, that had to have hurt. Okay, I'd go back there, so... Oh! They're supposed to protect citizens.
Μανιέγαν το θεοί. Τι δυνατόν.
Samu! We're innocent!
Dio, صوت خيرت.
Oh, I killed a woman. Oh no. Apparently. Hey, never put me behind the wheel, okay?
One cart of food, priest.
There you go.
The
Kill
Pharaoh's
the
guards
woman.
were
Here's a
happy to
fat
donate
part of
it.
food.
This Seni is more than I expected. The people will be served by Serapis today.
May you walk lightly in his steps, priest.
And you, Magi.
No playthrough on the internet's ever been like this. I'll say that. Mechanique. The Cyrus will not be happy when it's time for that negative confession. Alexa says that cart ride instilled fear in the public for sure. Alexa says, killed someone on the way, but we're all good, sure. He's a jiggle of apologetics. This is going on the resume. Okay. Let's see what's good next here. Ancient history gamer, so we must keep Dr. Falk from driving carts in Egypt. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, totally. You do not want me driving a horse cart. For reals. Okay, so what's next here? We 18 Ministries. So who's driving the tour bus again? Not me. That's, you should be thankful for that. If the Magi aren't supposed to protect people, I hate to see the people they're supposed to fear. Oh yeah, just seriously, for the tour of Egypt though, They are hiring a bus driver, okay? I'm not driving it. They've got a bus, they're hiring a bus and a driver, okay? So I'm not driving anything. Okay. So which one do we do next? End of the Snake or Aya? Which one is this? Aya. That's a main quest. They're both main quests. Okay. Let's end the Snake. Oh wait, we're not at 11. Which quest was that they wanted me to do next? I forgot because of that Grand Theft horse cart. Okay. We're only at Liska 11 here, so so does that mean I need to find more quests? End of the Snake should be fine. Alright, we'll do End of the Snake here. Find the Royal Scribe's office. Okay. Get our buddy here. Where's his office? Huh? Other direction, apparently. Yeah, it's a big city. I don't see him anywhere. Royal Scribe. You could go find... You see a red dot somewhere? Oh, is it that thing there? But did I pass it? It says north of the palace. No, I don't think so. That's the lighthouse. That's the lighthouse of Alexandria there. So, ain't. That's the lighthouse. This won't be there. There it is. I see it. All right, found. Make sure we get that. That's the target. AT Ministries and Dirkblade. And to your left, you'll see the carnage and chaos. Some crazy magi left from his horse carriage. Apparently, it was a spectacular city in its time, but earthquake just sank the whole thing, pretty much. Most of the city sank under the Mediterranean after an earthquake. Because of liquefaction of the soil. Okay, let's find him. Okay, found him. Ooh, dead person. Dead person. How are they got there?
Στρατιώτης ανθρώπων, ούτε πέρας.
I'm just leaving corpses all over the place.
Malacher. Oi, της μέιζονος αφροσύνης.
Γνώση ελάβει, ουδεπόποτε κατέχεις.
Κέριν, πώς έχεις?
Παύλε,
RM corpses on the street, period. No. Not in a big city like this. Some cities, yes. Yes, some cities you would find random corpses on the street. In a big city like Alexandria, you wouldn't normally find random corpses on the street. But then again, you wouldn't find crazy men giant riding horse carts either like that.
Hey, you! Stop!
Right?
Time to die, Phil.
Alright, more horse thieving.
Fate is the key.
Ελάβνη νου γνώστης.
What was that?
Scatter, you fools!
Yeah, reticle. There's a reticle. Oh, let's take the horse down the amphitheater here.
Would not! Alexandrians! We must stand against the sickness that spreads in silence! Watch out!
Oh, ouch. Oh, Reagan stuff.
Say,
Yeah, that probably get me there. This is Chaos Run. Oh, found the Royal Palace. Look at that. Just oh, can't cross there. All right, gotta go back. Oh. Oops. Well. Dump the horse into the Nile. It needed a bath anyway.
Glorias παρασκευάσματα του δανεστή.
I should not be seen in this area.
Oh, βακέχμενο.
Yeah, nope, I've been seen.
Ha! Mine now!
What are you doing here?
Hey, what?
Getting tired?
There you are! Don't you die!
Glorias παρασκευάσματα του δανεστή.
Oh, look at that. Dump him in the Nile. Yeah. Okay, 180 meters. Dump, dump, dump.
Hey! Feel
Okay, I'm just skulking around a
careful now.
Wait a minute.
and that just kind of worked.
Hey now!
Hey, wait!
Hey!
Stop him! You won't outlast me.
Hey! You're dead!
Loot. Loot. Okay. Yeah, hiding in plain sight. One of those fireplaces they're called sensors. They're basically kind of a way to add light to something. You don't typically see them outside all that often, but they're often used indoors. They're not really period for this time though. At least not in this way.
Hey! Hey! Hold on!
Cut him off! Hurry!
Gotta hurt. Okay. Same Magi that unalived 2 people with a cart. Yep. Okay, we gotta get up there probably. Still killed more people with a cart.
Wait a second!
Ooh! Ouch! Yeah, Magi must be the most wanted man in Alexandria by now. Yeah, I think so. Okay, a little thing about these pawns. Baby crocodiles will often find their way into these little ponds. When I was at the visitor center in Abu Simbel, you would hear these little chirps.
Hang on.
And these little eyes would watch you. Not frogs. They're not frogs.
Hey, what the...
Cut you, dog!
I'm getting... Uh-oh. Run. Oh, I got killed. I got killed right beside a Sphinx of Tutmosis III. Not period. Okay, I died. But we're in like this little sort of fieldish thing. Anabaptist asks, are baby crocodiles cute? No. No, they're not cute. I don't know what our death count is now. Oh, we're up to 10 now? Cool. Yeah. Yeah, they're not frogs. Not frogs.
Best not to draw attention here.
Yeah, let's not draw attention, so we're gonna kill a bunch of people.
Hey! Your time has come! You're finished!
Hmm? Oh yeah, they do. We've been using it. But I'm just not very good at it. Okay. Oh, gotta loot some more. Alright, there we go. We got more arrows now. We're gonna...
What? Going to gut you.
Gonna kneecap you. Headshot? How did I get a headshot? I was aiming for a lower. I don't know how I got a headshot there. That's not what I was aiming for. Was not aiming for his head. Guy took an arrow to the knee. Yeah, he took a lot of arrows to the knee.
Game's trying to
Alright, how far are we from the, where we need to be? Okay. Low profile here. Ooh, a catapult. This is... Catapults are period, but... You would not keep a catapult permanently pulled back like this because it would lose its spring if you did this. Okay. What do we see here? Ancient Egyptians must have believed the soul was in the knee, since the game is always period accurate. Gators are slightly nicer than Crocs. Yeah, slightly. Yeah, Gila monsters are venomous.
Hey, hold on!
Uh-oh.
Die, idiot!
Spear to the head. Okie dokie. Crossbow.
Time to die, Stele. Hey! Not going anywhere.
Okay, I'm just like cleaning out house here. I've got an automatic crossbow. Oh well, no more ammo.
Your time has come.
Ooh. Are AT ministers, are turret crossbows period? No, they're not. They're cool, but they're not period. Well, again. Go back in time and and introduce them. Okay, so he's in there somewhere. Trellises or period? The Greeks did have trellises. Big Destiny asks, are any kind of crossbows period not for this period of time? You did have, say, catapults. You did have bows, but you didn't have the development of the crossbow yet. You won't get the development of the crossbow until the Middle Ages. So no crossbows yet, which is unfortunate because they're so cool. Okay, 16 meters.
Hey, what?
Oh, ouch. Ancient history gamer, Ramses II needed a crossbow mounted on his chariot at the Battle of Kadesh. Oh yeah, an automatic crossbow. Oh yeah, we'd have a lot of fun rewriting history. Okay. Oh. House here. Okay, a lion rug. Not a tiger rug this time. Lion rugs. I'm not sure they had lion rugs, but they could have. There were Barbary lions. They didn't have tiger rugs, though, which we've already seen in this game twice now. But lion rugs are at least a possibility. Okay, and gotta be close here now. Find the scribe's office. Okay, we found the scribe's office. What am I investigating here? Okay. Piece of paper. Interact.
These are the rooms of the royal scribe.
That doesn't look very... Okay, I see what that is. That's supposed to be a map. basically the way they would draw architectures is in this very flat sort of style. That is probably period. Mouthwash asks, Dr. Falk, can you eat crocodile in Egypt or is it haram? It's unavailable. The only place that still has crocodiles in Egypt is at Lake Nasser, and they don't catch them and they don't cook them. They're protected, so you can't eat crocodile in Egypt, unfortunately. They are considered haram though. But
looks important.
Looks important.
Looks important. Looks important. Locked.
Locked.
Looks important. Locked.
Documents and chests. Yes, Egyptians kept documents in chests, non-bookshelves. So this is very common that you'd have scribal materials locked in chests.
A ladder.
A broken ladder.
A ladder.
I see something up there. No, it's not letting me go any higher than that. Okay.
A ladder.
So you just saw a ladder. Looks like a job for the horse cart. Who needs key anyway? Oh, that makes more sense, you know. Oh, can't egg. I'm supposed to be... Obviously, I'm not finished here. There it is. Investigation progress. Missing something obviously here. Okay, let's look at this guy's menu. Let's look at this guy's menu here. For a scribe, this guy's eating really good. Okay. I'm not sure what fruit that is. That looks almost like papaya, which is not local. Got grapes. Okay, that would be local. Fish at Alexandria. Yes, fish. You'd expect fish at Alexandria. The Alexandrian diet is mostly fish. So. So, no papaya, but grapes and the fish are yes. Big thumbs up to those. Ooh, okay. Mosaics. We can see a mosaic in the middle of the floor here. I'm not sure what that is a mosaic of. It looks almost like a... Looks like a pig. Is that a wild boar? But yes, there were mosaics, but do Canadians call Mamias? No. I just mistook the fruit. But yeah, that's those are. I guess those are mangoes. But no, they wouldn't have had mangoes either. We do find 1st century BC mosaics. So yes, mosaics are period. That's a great example of a mosaic. Not sure they would have done a pig though. But
Looks important. Locked.
okay. So, I'm obviously missing something here. I'm not sure exactly what I am missing. No mangoes. How would they survive? Looks important. Start smashing things.
A ladder.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the significance of the ladder is. Wasn't that it at the top of the other bookshelf? Which other bookshelf? This one? No. Yeah, I did try to go up on that side, though. And, didn't let me do it. At least not go up very far. So it allows me to go up to here. Jump across the statue. Okay, there's a key there. That was not obvious.
A key.
Okay. Lexus, there we go. Sooner or later I'll get it.
Official papers. This chest belongs to the royal scribe himself, Eudoros.
What were you expecting in a
Bottom.
box of a scribe? False bottom.
A letter.
Esteemed Ibis, the Pharaoh remains compliant and is our puppet in all things. Act with caution in Siwa. The murder of the Heron was but the first. 2 from among us here in Alexandria have also been killed. However, the situation is under control. Gennadios is actively questioning the populace. We commend your efforts, Ibis. Long life.
That's how Egyptians question.
The seal of the
Period
snake.
accurate.
The snake is Eudoros, the royal scribe. I have said that the royal scribe is often at the bathhouse. I will kill that naked ear that Eudoros there.
Okay. Yes. Egyptians question you with a good beating. Okay? That's before they ask you any questions. They beat you first, then they ask you a question. Okay? And if they don't like the answer, then they beat you again. Okay? So, dark play. Egyptians interrogate via giant murder hammers. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Yeah, that's how Egyptians interrogate. With a beating. Before they ask you anything, they beat you. AT Ministers asks, did the Romans have the same beating policy? It's hard to say. The answer is usually yes, but not for the same reasons. Okay? In the Egyptian mind, it was thought that any answer extracted without a beating wasn't reliable. So they would beat you first, and then they'd ask you the question. The other thing I'd like to point out is actually that chest is very New Kingdom. Okay, we see a chest almost like this in the tomb of King Tut. Okay, the top slides off. It's got a handle on the front. I wonder if we can even see if it has the cartouche of Tut on it. This is a combination of ebony and a whitewashed wood. Okay, and this almost exact a chest like this was found in the tomb of King Tut. So Dynasty 18. So ancient history gamer. Then they beat you again. Yeah, that's what they do. Okay. All right, so let's get out of here. Let's go to the bathhouse. What's this? Okay, yeah. Big Destiny says, I think they misunderstood the good cop, bad cop routine. Alright, we gotta find our way out of here. Let's see here. Oh, look, they cleaned up all the bodies. How nice of them. Pigeons.
Hey,
period.
hold on. Hey, what? Die, idiot.
Alright, we can start running again. It's good you killed the... Think you can kill the guy with the carriage? Oh, I think I can kill anyone with a carriage. The question is, can I just stop killing the guy with a carriage? Still in the Royal Palace here. Gotta get out of here somehow. Let's see here. Yeah, I accomplished the first part of the quest, but there's a second part of the quest. I gotta get to the bathhouse. I'm still in the Royal Palace here, trying to find my way out. Let's just go in the river. We're going for a swim.
Ogalos, Evge! Oi, τις μέιζονος αφροσύνης. Μόρια Ένας παρασκευάσματα του γαρεστή. Κάνατε, απεφύγομαι!
Okie dokie, we're getting there to the port edge here, so...
Λυθιώτης ανθρώπων, ούκ έχει πέρα.
Okay.
Gennadio's men have been harassing me.
They harass everyone.
Yeah, of course he harasses everyone.
Ηλιθιώτης
Okay, we got a Sphinx here. Tutmosis the Third. Men Kepere. That is the cartouche of Tutmosis the Third. You would not be finding this in Alexandria. Yay.
Άλογος πράξης αλόγου ανθρώπου.
Have you prepared the various treaties?
I have.
I'd like to have a look. Especially the one meant for Herod.
Ο θηρίου εδόδημο
Break up these lovers. They should be going to a love hotel. Okay. Enter. No PDA around the Magi. No love at night. 18 ministries. Our love hotels, period. No, but baths are. And that's what we got here. And baths sometimes were associated with that sort of thing. Okay?
Aristo is taking Eudoros to court for plagiarism. No. I was visiting the docks and heard it from Aristo's wife herself. Horses badly.
The building alone is worth.
Have you seen his wife?
Look up at that expansive ceiling.
Coulda.
Simply divine.
I'm falling on him.
Is everything to your liking, my lord? The water is a bit tepid to me. Such incompetence.
Yeah, dropping him on him at the ceiling.
My lord, are you properly served? Quiet. You there! Hey! See that my towels are ready.
That's for you.
Help me! This man has lost his reason!
Okay. Murder is period in Egypt. This Magi is pretty pale. He needs more sun. He locks his finger. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I said that. Didn't I say that blade was dangerous? Didn't I say that?
And be done with it!
May the gods curse you. What caused
Said that with
you
a
to kill me?
lose a finger.
It was you who murdered my son before my eyes!
You are a fool.
At the temple! In Siwa!
That forsaken shithole? I had nothing to do with that disaster.
It is too late for your lies. Anubis awaits. It is worth the loss to slay the snake at last.
The snake. The snake will never die.
son of Apep. The Lord of the Duat awaits.
18 ministers, I hope he didn't lie on his resume.
End has come for you.
Eudoros, killed! Oh, dear gods, he's been murdered!
Look at the blood! But he was so handsome.
It's Eudoros, poor soul!
You are finished. Dead.
Ooh, just died. But he was so handsome. Even in death, he was handsome. Yeah, I think there's something wrong with their sense of taste.
Eudoros, killed! Oh, dear gods, he's been murdered!
Look at the blood!
But he was so handsome!
Find me your way out of this, dog!
Brothers, to arms! Number 7, oh, who is the monkey? Get back!
Okay, no way out there.
Makes you appreciate
Over here, Adelfe!
Want to escape that way, you monkey?
I just got shot in the butt.
Alarm! Get over here! You want to find me your way out of this, dog?
Makes you valuable.
Oh, killed again.
Let's raise that racket.
You're not supposed to get seen. Too late. Dead. Yeah.
Eudoros, killed! Oh, dear gods, he's been murdered!
Look at the blood! But he was so handsome.
It's Eudoros, poor soul!
We're rooting for the soldiers now. Get the horse guard. Dark Blade, get the horse guard in here. You'd be invincible. What a weird place to have trellises. Yeah, clothes would be a good idea. I'm not sure where to get clothes at the moment. I kind of just, like, walked into the door and suddenly I was naked.
Report! Nothing.
Doesn't seem to be, like, an easy way out there. Huh? This is pretty big for a bathhouse. Most bathhouses weren't this big. Okay. Can't go out there.
Any clue?
Not so far.
AT ministers quote, walk through the door and suddenly I was naked. I hate when that happens.
Any luck?
No, not yet.
Hey now. rip you to shreds!
Yes.
Oh.
Where?
Or they just walk out.
Eudoros, killed! Oh, the gods! He's been murdered!
That didn't work.
Look at the blood! But he was so handsome!
Thought I was Eudoros, poor soul.
You showed the trash!
Answered my call. Eventually. You honor Ares, Captain. Travel, brothers! This way!
I'm having difficulty getting out of this place. Yeah. I'm half naked against soldiers with armor.
Eudoros, killed! Oh, dear gods! He's been murdered! Look at the blood! But he was so handsome!
It's Eudoros, poor soul. Μάτων πλούτων έχετε τον άδειο όλων.
Μισό τώρα που στέκεται. Φοβούμαι! Τρομάζω!
Gear. No gear available. Maybe we can add some, maybe some abilities. Here. Under dusk. Smoke screen. I don't think it's gonna help us too much. Yeah.
Here, brothers!
Not have lasted much longer.
Yeah, it won't let me out. Pretty much I think I have to kill everybody, don't I?
Alarm! God! Thought I was on the next word. Ornette! Khajha Ajha! Eudoros, killed! Oh, dear gods! He's been murdered! Look at the blood! But he was so handsome!
It's
Alexa, scale the walls to the exit. What exit? That's the problem is, I go to the exit and I can't get out. It won't let me out.
Report!
And around here.
Find anything?
And of course it won't let me down. Right now it lets me out. Okay. So as long as they don't see you, it'll let you out. As soon as they see you, you got to fight everybody. Do. All right, where were we here? I guess is next. Travel back to Alexandria to search for his wife. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was half naked. I get through the door. Now I'm clothed magically. I'm not sure that's how this works, but...
Get out of my way!
Okay. Love fighting bandits in the desert in a towel. Yep.
Απαπέ, φίλοι! Τι ούνορα!
Oh, vakechmeno. Nun es kede.
Well, that's where we're headed. We're headed to Aya.
Amaxa elavnis gagisteos. Amelisos. Morias paraskevasma da dudanestin. Oh, kere.
Let's check out the musical instruments.
Light-bringing Phoebus, I am
Is he slaughtering a pig or something there?
Give me your song, I shudder with your fire. How shall I sing of thee, brightly shining one?
Okay, we got naked people.
Leto's golden sun.
Naked woman there.
How shall I sing of thee, brightly shining
A
one?
drum?
Hunter, Leto's golden sun. Light bringing Phoebus, I am but your
I'm not sure
lyre.
this sacrifice is
Hear my oath,
period.
give me your song, I shudder with your fire.
It may be more Greek, but it's not really Egyptian. My favorite instrument, bacon. Yeah.
How shall I sing of
Egyptians
thee,
did
brightly
use
shining
musical
one?
instruments in temple rituals. They would use the sistrum, which is kind of a rattle. The lyre. They would probably have drums too. But this is kind of weird.
I am but your lyre. Hear my oath, give me your song. I shudder with your fire.
It could be a Roman ritual or sorry, a Greek ritual, but it's more Greek probably, but not really Egyptian. All right. And we got to do the diving thing again. Oh, she's up top this time.
My dearest.
The snake, Gennadios, are dead. It was Eudorus. He died flailing in the baths.
I wish I had been there.
All right, break it up, kids. Hey, look, it's the lighthouse. Oh no, we're not. Back to the cart. Is this kissing period accurate? Yeah, probably. I like the idea of going back to the cart. That was...
D. Hey, I was wondering if I should pull you out. Your adrenaline and BP are elevated, and it's affecting your heart rate and hormonal markings. Serotonin and oxytocin in particular. What happened in there?
Aya's here.
Who's Aya?
My ex-wife.
Oh no, real world
I
scene.
can feel her nearby.
You can feel her? Pretty sure that's the bleeding effect. Along with Bayek's memories, you're also experiencing his emotions.
No, you dork. I think she's actually in this cave. Spouses usually share the same tomb.
A second mummy? We should really report to Abstergo.
Maybe after I find Aya.
I'm gonna call it in if you don't.
Deanna, no! If you do their well, get no credit. They'll cut me out like always.
Okay.
Oh, the bad part of Assassin's Creed Origins.
There.
Alright.
What is it?
The bleeding effect is leading me to Aya.
Oh, great.
Get out of here. Let's get back to the tomb. How do we get there?
Still haven't found Aya. She's down there. My turn for a leap of faith.
Leap of what?
You kidding?
You're in no condition to do any leaping.
Alright, let's jump. Jump.
Damn, that's cool.
Okay. This would have been an extravagantly rich burial. I don't think Aya is wealthy enough to afford this. Yeah, she just dives in just a black hole somewhere. Oh, now we're gonna mess with her corpse. Okay, interact with the mummy.
Miss Marvel, did you find what you're looking for yet?
By the way, mummies and water don't mix. They don't mix. Mummies go to goo when they get wet. Ooh, yuck. And now we're going to interact with a gooey mummy.
I was right, she's here.
Oh, there you are, thank God.
Not a period blade.
I can almost taste the blood.
Okay, you're making less and less sense, Leela. We need to report.
Not yet.
Not yet? So when?
Francis Dobbs, when did Egyptians stop mummifying their corpses? Pretty much during the Islamic period. That's when they stopped mummification. Finally, they continue. They started. It started to taper off during the Christian period, but it finally they finally stopped doing it completely during, say, the after Islam took over.
Onwards and upwards.
Alrighty. I can climb just like
what are you doing now?
Climbing, and it's hard. So, uskuti, will you?
Fine. Let me know when you get to the top.
18 Ministries. She did the Wyatt thing where she contaminated Aya's DNA with her own. Yep.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she did. Okay. Lied. Okay, there's a really good question here from Mouthwash. How did Christians interact with mummification? It's biblical. Jacob was. Yes, Jacob was mummified. Typically, Christians didn't undergo mummification. It was just too expensive, and really, it didn't really play a whole lot into the Christian conception of the afterlife. So, I'm far away, aren't I? Here we go. Okay. And...
I'm going back in.
Why?
I took a DNA sample from Aya. I want to see her memories.
Look, I get that you're excited, but the more risks we take, the worse things could go for us.
It's my dream on the line here. Let me do this my way.
All right.
Adding Aya's DNA to the chamber.
It'll take time to sequence. You won't be able to sync with her memories right away.
Mechanic asks, so were there still many pagans in late Byzantine Egypt?
Layla, something else you
Not
should know.
after Islam.
Since you're
Islam
mixing gene sequences
basically
in an
wiped
uncontrolled
out
manner, the transition
paganism in
between
Egypt.
memories will likely be unpredictable.
But up
I'm
until
comfortable with
that point, there
unpredictability.
were still a
Yeah?
lot of
Well, I'm
pagans in
worried.
Egypt.
You always are.
Yeah. Alexis says, that's some advanced DNA testing to be able to see memories just from a sample. Yeah.
I told you! The Animus hasn't finished interpreting Aya's DNA yet!
These young kids so
Fine.
anxious to get that DNA analyzed, they just can't wait.
What is it?
The snake. What if he was not the last?
Of course he was the
Hey
last.
kids, put your clothes on.
They are all dead. Justice is done. Any question, Apollodorus
Coin
will
belts, not period.
know. He knows all.
That's Arabic.
Where will I find this man who knows so much?
He is with Cleopatra. But find his man first near the Hippodrome.
Up there for mouthwash up there for all Alexandria to see. Yep.
I'll tell Phanos that Gennadios is dead and meet you later.
Yeah, boy. Oh boy.
Enjoy the Hippodrome. Don't lose all your money at the races.
Did he say coin belts? Yes, I did say coin belts. Yeah. Not period. not before, say, roughly the 7th and 9th century AD. Okay. So I remember the races. Okay, well. Let's see here. Alright, next is going to be Egypt's Magi. Ooh. Find Apollodorus near the Hippodrome.
Yes.
Let's send our bird up. Mouthwash, realistically, you'd be dead or in the hospital after that landing, absolutely. Hmm? Tigger, yeah. Bouncy Jouncy, yeah. Full of springs, yep. Oh yeah, for that distance, we're gonna need a horse. Or a carriage! Cart! Take a horse cart. Take a horse cart, let's find a horse cart! Just zero in here and we'll get a horse cart! Okay. Let's see if we can find a horse cart. That horse cart again. Yeah, the map that says welcome back to Grand Theft Horse Cart. Dark Blade. No, your horse cart license has been permanently suspended. Oh no, more cart genocide. Oh well, just sightsee it. Let's see if we can find a cart. Okay, we got some camels here.
Idiodin! Elavni nuki gnostis!
Mm-hmm.
Οφθαλμού σου κατέχεις, μύτη του οίκου σου.
It's still a camel, yeah. It's there. Horses. Ooh. Okay, there's a cart but no horse attached. Alright, we'll just take a horse. And if we happen to stumble across a cart, we will snag it. No, you're not gonna let me steal these guys. Let's go steal some soldiers. Hmm? Just whistle, huh? Oh, it's a camel. Oh, the camel. Camels aren't fast enough. Dangerous enough.
This place is heavily guarded.
Wait a minute.
Stop the bastard!
Hey, is that any way to talk to me?
Whoa.
Yeah, probably.
Bakechmeno. Idiodin. Elavni nugi gnostis.
Αβαΐσιση! Γνώση εlavni.
Καλώς έχω. Το θηρίο εμένει.
There we go.
Πόποτε ώρα κάτι άφθηνα φρονία.
Whoa.
High position gerecht.
Destroying somebody's vineyards.
Whoa.
His name was Icarus, the glory of the Raucous Hippodrome, the match loaded and showed life.
I am Bayek. Aya sent me to speak to Apollodorus.
Shh! I'm sure you can appreciate that my master takes precautions concerning those he meets.
I have a question only he can answer.
I will tell him you seek his counsel, and that Aya recommends you. Wait for tonight. If he sees fit to meet you, he will be found near the lighthouse then. Until then, the Hippodrome's commemorating one of its greatest racers. Plenty of drinking and festivities, along with the races themselves, of course, if that appeals.
He's a Magi, of course it appeals.
The glory of the Raucous Hippodrome, the match loaded and showed life beloved of Canopus. Jealous fate,
Okay.
numbering
It
his
is now
victories
7
instead
o'clock.
of his years,
So I think we're going to wrap it
got
up
him
here.
old, and stole him away in his 25th year. Icarus, a champion from 13
Nice house. Oh, we see a house? You want to look in the house?
to his 1,000
There.
win as Miliarius.
You mean this is the Hippodrome, isn't it?
No honor higher. His horses,
Yeah, this is a Hippodrome.
blessed
This
by
is not a
the
house,
gods
it's a
as he,
Hippodrome.
Abraxas,
Horse racing
and
place.
Santana, whom he rode to victory in over 5.
Okay, a skill that fast forwards to night. And well, they're not going to let us explore it. It's just, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to exit activity. Darkblade, we only have another month of Assassin's Creed and still don't have drinking game planned out. Well, that's up to you to plan that out. Well, I'm not going to do that for you. Okay. Letting me come back here. Okay.
His name was Icarus, the glory of the Raucous Hippodrome, the match loaded and
Bulls?
showed life beloved of Canopus. Jealous fate, numbering his victories instead of his years, got him old.
Oh, baby! Oh!
Okay, I think with that, we're actually going to call it a night here. Okay?
Glorious
We've gone on for 3 hours, and, well, we've done Grand Theft Horse Cart. We've lost a finger from a hazardous blade. Definitely not an OSHA-safe tool. So we're going to call it at this point. Thank you very much for watching, and we appreciate you joining us again for this episode of Dr. Falk Plays Assassin's Creed Origins. We hope you really enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week. Same time, same place, on Ancient Egypt and the Bible. Good night, everyone.
Oi, Tis meizonos afrosinis. Idiodin, oran vulimi di mechanesten in axelethis. Oi,